Illinois attorney Mark T. Lavery, who has litigated for over a decade against forms of gambling that he deems to be illegal, has filed 4 lawsuits in Texas targeting the state's social club poker scene. While the allegations are serious, it is important to note that they have not yet been proven in a court of law. As such, it is essential that we approach this topic with a level of nuance and objectivity. 3 of the 4 lawsuits target established Texas card rooms, their owners, and other entities, including the lodge in Texas, whose owners include Doug Polk, Brad Owen, and Andrew Neeme. The 4th lawsuit targets former poker player Nate Silver. Lavery has also filed a defamation complaint against Doug Polk in Illinois. The complaint alleges that Polk referred to Lavery as a total nutjob in an email to a well-known tax accountant, Theresa Fox, damaging Lavery's business reputation. Lavery is asking for $30,000 for alleged per se defamation and damage to his business reputation. Deeper yet into his complaint, Lavery declares Polk has had regular and systematic relationships and transactions with Illinois gamblers and Illinois residents since and around 2008. For example, one of his closest associates for years is a gambler known as Chicago Joey, a reference to Joey Ingram. He said Joey and Polk recently engaged in a campaign of defamation against a person named Mike Postle by making false allegations of cheating. We all know both Ingram as an individual and Doug Polk were among the 12 defendants Postle sued. Neither Polk nor Ingram actively defended themselves against Postle's claim, which was ruled frivolous and dismissed. Lavery's lawsuit even mentions Polk's notorious "more rake is better" jab at Daniel Negreanu on a billboard outside the Rio in Las Vegas in 2018. He added, Doug Polk has spent thousands of dollars in the past as parts of tirades against his perceived enemies. The lawsuit against the Lodge Poker Club claims defendant Douglas Polk is a notorious gambler and cryptocurrency maven that owns and operates a gambling place, the Lodge, in combination with defendants Andrew Neeme and Bradley Owen. This case involves organized criminal activity as defendants are members of a combination as prohibited by the Penal Code for gambling, keeping a gambling place, and money laundering at the Lodge. Later, Lavery claims that one of the Lodge's ways of making money is by collecting seat fee/rake. Lavery's remarks suggest that seat fees and rake are equivalent, but this is not the case, and the distinction between the two is crucial to understanding the legal framework that all Texas poker rooms must function within. The rules governing poker games in Texas specifically make it illegal to collect rake, while other forms of income generation may or may not be prohibited and have not yet been put to test in a Texas court. Former professional poker pro Nate Silver is being sued just for playing in a live stream Lodge cash game with Andrew Neeme and others. The logic Lavery invokes to define Silver as a defendant is that Silver retweeted a link on Twitter.com to a stream of him publicly gambling at the Lodge on YouTube with Andrew Neeme on February 21, 2023 that was viewed by almost 100,000 people on Twitter, despite the fact that Andrew's agent, Theresa Fox, has been notified to abate the public nuisance earlier that day. The allegations also state, when two close associates like Andrew and Silver play together, collusion is possible. Lavery also contacted corporate counsel at Silver's employer, ESPN, and declared that Silver used brand names of his employer in connection with the organized criminal activity. Lavery also demanded that ESPN take steps to shut down the poker at the Lodge. Haley Hintz, an award-winning journalist who broke the story about the most recent cases, explained why Lavery is so vehemently against poker and gambling. Haley posted on poker.org, in October of 2008, his wife took her own life after losing an unspecified but admittedly significant amount of money gambling online. Lavery's wife, then 34, was playing blackjack online at Ultimate Bet when her losses became too great. In addition to the enormous personal and mental loss, Lavery may have suffered a significant financial hit as well. The death of Lavery's wife happened around the time that the information about the insider cheating incidents at Ultimate Bet and its sister site Absolute Poker became public. For Lavery, that likely led him to believe that not only was the poker at Ultimate Bet crooked, but the online blackjack was as well, and that the site cheated his wife out of her money. Despite the zeal with which Lavery has pursued the 4 Texas cases to date, it's possible that the complaints are without merit. Chapter 6, Section 125 of the same Texas Common Nuisance Law that Lavery refers to specifies who may submit such a complaint. It states, a district, county, or city attorney, the attorney general, or a resident of the state may sue to enjoin a public nuisance under this subchapter. Lavery is a resident of Illinois, not of Texas. He is indeed a licensed attorney, but that is also in Illinois, not in Texas. None of the complaints inform the court or the named defendants that Lavery is a licensed attorney in good standing in another state. The other Lavery lawsuits, all similar in intent and wording, name the SA Card House, Stack Social Club, the Gin Mill Card Club, and West Texas Card House and their respective owners. Lavery seeks a windfall through the cases, with his action against the lodge's individual and corporate owners alone seeking $1.2 million in exemplary damages. Lavery seeks an additional $2.4 million from the other defendants, bringing his total damage sought to $3.6 million. Lavery is also seeking full reimbursement of his legal fees. None of those being sued or the lodge has publicly commented on the allegations yet.